And after I picked up the car, I could not believe that's the answer that she gave me. It kind of blew my mind. I'm like, what do you mean you're going to bring it over here? Hey everyone, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in again. Another update with the Mustang. As you can see, this is not the Mustang. This is not the Mustang. And yet 3 weeks ago, a little over 3 weeks ago, I posted a video saying that Ford is fixing the car and that it should be back in a couple of days, which is what they told me. And here we are 3 weeks later. I believe that video was on the 3rd when I filmed it. We are now the 25th of October. So 22 days. And that, I don't know what to tell you guys, because basically they told me, okay, you can go back and check out the other videos, but basically Ford and my insurance arguing back and forth who's going to fix it. Ford said, fine, we'll fix it, but we're not going to replace it. We're going to clean it out. So they called me, said car will be booked in on Tuesday. So Tuesday came. Didn't hear anything. Wednesday came, didn't hear anything. Thursday I called, nobody seemed to know anything. Friday came around, still no call. So I emailed everybody there and I was just like, what the heck's going on? They said, we'll get back to you. Then, of course, weekend, nobody works on the weekend, and that was a long weekend. So here we are next Tuesday. Finally get a call back. Okay, we didn't book you in. We'll book you in Tuesday or Wednesday. We were already on Tuesday. So in my head, I'm thinking, hey, dum-dum, it's already Tuesday. Obviously, it's going to be Wednesday. So again, car goes Wednesday. Thursday comes. Don't hear anything. Friday comes. Call them. Oh, okay, this time, sorry. The lift was down. We didn't have a lift. Couldn't work on the car. Didn't bother to phone me. Didn't bother to say anything. So here we are already. A whole other week gone again. Now, the last week, they call me on Monday. We're just phoning to confirm your appointment on Tuesday. I was a little bit like, huh? What are you talking about? Yeah, your car is booked in for Tuesday, just making sure you're going to make it to your appointment. I said as nicely as I could to the lady, you guys have the car. You've had the car for 3 months. Why are you phoning me? If you have a chance to work on it, get it in the shop and work on it. So I don't think she really figured out what was going on, but I got the gist through and she figured out, oh, car's already here. Okay, thank you. And that was it. Booked in for Tuesday. Tuesday goes by, Wednesday goes by, and we come up to Thursday again. I phone them. Yeah, we have got the car together. Drove it around, went, I think they said for like 3 or 4 minutes. They went a couple blocks down the road, and after getting it all back together, same problem. No oil pressure light comes back on, and we're right back at square one, basically. So I go, well, what the heck? Because if it's paper towel sucked into the motor, one, it'll get puked out the bottom one way or the other. If it gets anywhere hot, it's paper towel mixed in oil. It's going to either burn the whole car down or just incinerate itself in the motor. Or 3, it's going to screw up the pump. Maybe the oil pump gears or whatever broke and it's not pumping properly. So I said, well, what did you guys actually do? What they ended up doing was blowing air. That's what they told me. We blew air into the motor because they had it half-assed put back together. So that was their way of cleaning it. They didn't bother to flush it. No oil change, no nothing. Just basically put it back together. They found stuff in the oil pan originally, so they did clean that out. They claimed they cleaned out the oil pickup tube, which who knows. They said it had oil pressure for a little bit. Whether it did or not is another question. I wasn't there. I don't trust this place worth a you-know-what anymore. So basically, no flush out, blew air into it, whatever they thought that would do, and put it all back together, drove it around. I went, oh wait, no oil pressure. So I told them, well, of course, has no oil pressure. You guys Didn't even try to clean it out. You put it back together. As soon as my car had issues, I turned it off. So anything that might have been in there, whether it came beforehand or in the shop, I don't know, but it hasn't been ran. So anything that's in there is still in there. So basically they put the car all back together and now it's right back at square one. So after asking them, well, like, did you check anything else? What did you guys actually do? That's when I figured out all they did was empty out the oil pan, blew air into the motor, and said, good to go. Put her back together, filled her up, tried to test drive it, and lo and behold, she's still plugged up. So I asked, like, did you check the pump at all? Because, you know, common sense, if you have no oil pressure, check the sensors, check the pump, make sure there's oil in the car, yada, yada, yada. Nope, none of that. They didn't check anything. And this is a professional Ford dealership. So what I've decided now, it's been 3 weeks from when they told me they were going to fix it. And it's been 3 months since the car has been there, coming up on 4 months. I've decided, screw that place. I picked the car up yesterday, and it is now at a friend of mine's shop. He's going to look at it, possibly tear the whole thing apart again, see if they can figure out what's up. Best case, they get it going and it works. Worst case, we still need an engine, and who cares, because insurance will get to the bottom of it eventually. They've told me that it's a mechanical error. From what they've seen, there's no way that anything would have got into the motor unless someone was physically working on the motor, which narrows it down to Ford. That's it. They won't admit it, but the only place that has touched that is the Ford dealership itself. So basically yesterday morning, I went to pick up the car, and just an icing on the cake to show you how this place works. I'm talking to the lady. Now, granted, she's the service desk lady, but I'm talking to her how the car has no oil pressure. I need to get my keys and whatever paperwork that you guys have done, and I'm going to be towing the car out of here. Yes, sir. Thank you. No problem. Sorry, we can't fix it. Blah, blah, blah. Then to find the car, she's going outside and beeping the key so it honks. It's a fairly big dealership. The car beeps when you lock it, so we know where it's parked. You can hear it in the back. What does she say? Oh, I found the car. I'll go grab it and drive it out front for you. I was like, you can't. And then just this blank look on her face. What do you mean I can't? I said, you can't drive it out front for me. It has no friggin' oil pressure. Like, what have you guys been doing here for the last 3 months? So it was just icing on the cake. I decided, you know what, that is enough. I'm not dealing with this place anymore. The headache is just too much for me. And it's just a huge pain in the butt. 3 months to even look at the car basically, and they took it apart and put it back together. That's all they've done. They haven't fixed anything. They haven't attempted to do anything. They haven't taken responsibility for anything that they've done. So is what it is. I'll take it away. Insurance can deal with them. And I'll have to pay most likely to get it fixed initially, but eventually my paycheck will come back to me and all will be good. And also, just to show you how this place works, I have been asking since they initially said that they took the engine apart and found this stuff in there for pictures. I know for their insurance portion of it, as they take everything apart, they're supposed to take pictures. They claim they have these pictures. They claim that they were going to email them to me. I've asked multiple times. Every time I call my service guy, and I've talked to the actual service manager, the woman that runs the shop there, and I've said, hey, can you guys send me these pictures so I have them on record for myself? And they won't, which I thought was a little bit strange. It's almost as if they don't want you to know what they're hiding. Maybe it was something else that's in there. Maybe they suck something more than they're claiming into the engine and I just don't know it. I'm not there while they're doing their business. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, it's at my friend's shop today. They're working on it right now as I film this video. So hopefully by tomorrow or the next day I'll hear something and they can let me know what they found in there. Because like I said, maybe it wasn't just paper towel they sucked in. Maybe it was something a little more. And you know, if the engine's toast, the engine's toast. It's got to be replaced. Is what it is. But I would at least like to know what happened, where it happened, when it happened, and what the heck it is. Because if it is just some sort of paper towel, the engine is most likely good, other than obviously it's not pumping oil. But once we figure out what the cause of that is, whether it's just something plugged or, like I said, the pump could be shot. So if it's just that, then very likely the engine will be fine once you replace it. But if it's something more, you've seen some pictures, maybe they sucked in some plastic glove or other parts laying around the shop doing whatever the heck they were doing, then that's a whole different story. But without those pictures that everybody claims to have, the service lady has them, the service guy I was dealing with has them. I've emailed at least 2 or 3 times, plus talked to them twice in person about getting these, and still nothing. And now the car is gone, so I'm not really expecting to get anything, but I'm not really surprised with the place and how they operate. So that's your update for now. The car is out of Ford. I said, no, enough. And it is being worked on by somebody that I trust. He knows what he's doing. He actually had a supercharged Mustang similar to mine. So he built it all himself, put it all together himself. He knows what he's doing. He's a professional mechanic. So we'll get it done, see what they can find, and then hopefully, with any luck, we'll have the car back within another couple of days. If they need parts, say a pump or something, could be a little bit longer, but at least I'll know it's over there, it's getting fixed, and it will be ready to go when the new parts get here. Not just sitting at Ford for weeks and weeks with nothing and getting absolutely nowhere. So that is your update for now. Stay tuned, like and subscribe. Hopefully I didn't bore you too much, and my headache is luckily not your guys' headache. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I will catch you guys in the next video.